On this episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast, we talk about Rose Thorn Necklace by Ghost Bath. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
We're two professional broadcasters, and we like metal, and we like to talk about it.
And this month we talk about a big, healthy dose of BM.
We take a huge, steaming BM.
It's Black Metal January.
Yes, black metal. What would you possibly think we were referring to?
Yeah.
BM. Yeah, it's Black Metal January, which
Yes.
I don't think I mentioned that at all last week. I mean, I put it in the episode description,
Right.
And people who listen to us regularly probably know that this is what we do. But yes, in January, we follow up Death Metal December with Black Metal January because January is
Miserable.
Yeah.
Yes.
January is not my least favorite month of the year.
April is my least favorite month of the year.
I think I'm inclined to agree with you about April.
But maybe May?
No, May's all right in my book for the most
Yeah.
part. May, it's usually rained a couple of times, washed some of the sand off,
Right.
And whatnot. Like it's usually a little bit better in May. I'm tempted to say March, but that's the month my birthday is in.
Right.
That's when my mom's birthday is. That's my aunt's birthday. So I have stuff to look forward to.
Only
in March.
terrible things happened in March.
But like March isn't too bad.
Yeah.
I feel like my two least favorite months are probably February and April.
Okay.
Because your birthday's in February.
Yes.
February not great.
Yeah.
April is I don't care for April either.
Because it's just gross.
Yeah, it's just gross. I don't like spring. I don't like spring in North Dakota.
Right. Spring in North Dakota, one of the things, if you're not from here and you don't know this, you're not from this type of climate,
Yeah.
when things start to thaw, not everything survived the winter. So there's like pockets of places where there's the spring thaw includes rotting meat.
Yeah,
and that's what you're smelling.
There's dead animals. There's dog turds.
Yeah.
In my lovely hometown of Washburn, just across the river, there's large amounts of cow feces that are thawing out for the first time.
Yum.
Everybody in town gets to smell that for a while. And also because it's been icy all winter, there's so much sand and dirt all over everything.
And it hasn't rained enough to wash it away.
Yeah, and they don't bother to take the street cleaners out until at least late May for some reason. I guess part of it is just because it might fucking snow again. So what's the point? Like it's not until you get to the end of April that you're like, okay, now we can start preparing for summer because it'll be the middle of April and we'll get 3 fucking feet of snow.
Yep. We usually have that. Well, maybe not usually, but a lot of times have that last winter's kick.
We'll have one last big winter storm sometime in March or April, almost always.
Right.
And I hate it. But yeah, January definitely is. January is just depressing. It's not gross outside. It's just cold. Although it hasn't been all that cold this week.
No, it's been above freezing this week.
Yeah, it's been
crazy.
It's been quite nice. Next couple of days are not going to be so nice.
Right.
The temperature's not going down too far, but it's going to be extremely windy.
55-mile-an-hour gusts.
Yeah, and there's going to be some snow on the way. So January is just, it's dark. It's starting to get a little bit lighter, but it's just dark and it's cold and nobody's seen the sun in any meaningful way because whenever it's been, I feel like the sun and the clouds collude with each other in the sense that it's only sunny when you have to work.
Right. So when you have to be inside.
Yeah, when you have to be inside, it's sunny out. And then by the time it's time to come home, you've got about a half an hour of sunlight left. And then it will be dark.
You get to walk home as the sun is going over the horizon.
Like I walk to work as the sun is rising, and I walk home from work as the sun is going down. And it starts to get better, starts to get better, and then fucking daylight savings time hits in the spring, and then it gets dark again for a couple of months.
In the morning,
I hate it. I want sunlight on my skin, please. I don't generally feel like I'm much of a like seasonal depressive disorder.
Do we need to get you a lamp?
I've thought about like would that help me? I don't know. Because part of it, I guess, is your brain. Part of the idea, at the very least, is like your brain sees the light that looks like sunlight, and that helps. But it's also, for me, I always thought, and I think we discussed this earlier in the season, but I had always thought that part of the reason for seasonal affective disorder was vitamin D deficiency, because since you're not getting sunlight, yes, I know. Ha ha ha. Dick. Ha ha. I always thought part of it was like vitamin D deficiency, because you're not getting enough sunlight because the sun's not out very much. And vitamin D is important for like serotonin production and whatnot.
Yes.
But I don't know if that is generally considered the case, because if that were the case, you would think you would want the lamp to have at least the ability to have to like a UV light on a timer.
Sure.
Because your skin can't produce vitamin D from sunlight without UV. That's what stimulates the process.
Right.
You only need like 10 minutes of it.
Well, see, I think that's the solution then. Just down the street from here.
I'll just start tanning.
Just go down to the tanning booth.
I'll go to the tanning salon and just get a beautiful, beautiful tan.
A nice base coat.
Yeah. See, I feel like I would look weird with a really deep tan, because at this point in my life, my teeth are so coffee stained.
Oh, sure.
I feel like my teeth would blend in with my skin if I had tan skin. I don't think my teeth are not that like horribly coffee stained.
They're not that bad.
They're not that bad. Sometimes when I'm brushing my teeth, I'm like, God, I don't. I feel like part of it is just anybody who consumes lots of media, you see lots of perfectly white teeth.
Right.
And it's like, just because your teeth are pearly white, that doesn't mean they're healthy necessarily. Your teeth can be stained and still be perfectly fine.
We have teeth for radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are times where I'm like, I wouldn't mind if they, if they weren't quite so yellow, or yellowish.
You should quit smoking. Maybe.
Yes, it's the pack a day I'm smoking.
You and your Pall Malls.
Me, Pall Malls.
Yeah.
Who still smokes Pall Malls? I feel like that's a grandma cigarette.
Yeah, they make filterless Pall Malls.
Really? I didn't think that was legal to manufacture filterless cigarettes.
Yeah.
I thought that was just people who roll their own cigarettes. I didn't know it was legal to manufacture filterless cigarettes.
I was going through a period there where I sort of had a death wish.
Yeah.
And so I kind of switched to that for a while.
Wow. Yeah, I Pall Malls. I'm trying to think of a different classic like grandma /
Virginia Slims,
or like your trashy aunt cigarette.
Yeah. More. There used to be a cigarette called More. It was a long cigarette.
I wanted to say Newports, but I think Newports have been referenced in enough songs from people of my generation that I guess they're kind of trendy with younger smokers. I don't know.
They are. I know that they're menthol. So
yeah. I don't know. I had a brief fling with tobacco products in my younger days, but
were you smoking a pack of Benson Hedges?
Benson Hedges. I have no idea what those are.
That's just me saying I'm old. Is that all that is?
Ben, them Lucky Strikes.
Yeah, you can still buy those.
Really? I didn't know they still made Lucky Strikes.
Yeah.
To me, that's a World War II cigarette.
Right.
That's what you had when you were shipping out.
Get a pack rolled up in your Navy uniform sleeve.
There was always that one guy you knew who could always get cigarettes.
Right.
I'm thinking of like Band of Brothers, where the guys would once they were stationed, I think, in Germany at the end of the war, one of the guys became like the mail guy. And they would all come to him, and he would like get them cigarettes and stuff.
We had a guy like that in my brief foray into military. We had a guy named Frog.
Your brief fling in the Navy.
Yes, we had a guy named Frog. I don't know.
Frog. I feel like that's a great Navy name. Frog.
Yeah. Well, he looked like a frog, and he talked like this.
Yeah, like big bulging eyes, or
he did.
Wow.
He had big bulging eyes,
huge mouth.
Kinda, yeah.
Interesting.
And this really deep Southern drawl, and hey, Frog, my mail came. It's about the shape and size of a carton of cigarettes, but it's not cigarettes. Wink. Yeah.
I remember, I think it was Ken Burns' Vietnam, talking about how one of the ways that the Viet Cong would be able to tell that there were Americans nearby is just because Americans smoked like a fucking chimney stack.
Yeah,
you could smell the cigarette smoke.
Mm-hmm.
It's people, and who can blame? You're in fucking Vietnam and you probably don't want to be there. Of course, you're smoking a pack a day.
Right.
You're stressed out. You want to go home. You might die at any moment. Yeah. I'm trying to think of other like the natural light of cigarettes.
Yeah, American Spirits. Well, those are
American
more
Spirits.
expensive.
Yeah, those are expensive. I remember like going to Warped Tour, and those were kind of the hipster cigarettes.
Right. American Eagle's a different story.
Okay.
That's the ones in the white package.
I thought they made pants.
I think that might be a thing.
Are they
too.
the same company?
I don't think it's the same company. No.
Because that was a store. That was a whole store.
They make cigarettes. Well, maybe I'm forgetting the name. I haven't bought.
Was American Eagle the company that did the controversial shit with Sydney Sweeney recently, or was
no
that she's like, I have good genes,
right?
And it felt like this feels weirdly racist. It's like, okay.
I'm genetically superior.
Yeah, it's like this feels weird.
I don't know.
But yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I
remember there used to be back when I was a heavy smoker. You buy these cigarettes and they came in the soft pack, and the tobacco. If you held them face toward the ground, the tobacco would just kind of fall out. They were just cheap crap.
Yeah.
We smoked them though.
Cigarettes. This episode brought to you by the American Tobacco Company.
Brought to you by Philip Morris.
What if tobacco company is just it was just like the Philip Morris cigarette, not no brand names, just like, I don't know.
The Philip Morris.
Yeah. What you been doing lately?
What have I been doing lately? Well, let's see. Not a whole lot. I've been working. I you know what? I almost made a purchase today.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about that. I went over there to Shields and I'm looking through, and it was a used weapon.
Oh, okay. That he used M&P Shield, or was
9.
Well,
M&P
yeah, M&P 9.
But yeah,
the Shield is the name of like the subcompact version of the.
I believe that was. Yeah. It was
9.
It was small.
9 is just 9mm.
Right.
Is what it means. But
yeah, they had it for $3.99.
Yeah, they're not especially used. They're not they're gonna be a little cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I don't know.
Sure. They had some over there. Was one over there. It was like $25,000 for a handgun.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
25 grand. That seems maybe. Are you sure it wasn't
2,500?
2,500?
I think it was 2,500.
That's still very expensive for a handgun.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 25 grand would be like, this is a gold-plated revolver that belonged to Saddam Hussein. That's 25 grand for a revolver.
A collector's item. No, this one you're right. It's 25. Look, wondering where the comma was.
Yeah. 2,500 is still pretty expensive for a pistol, but it's not wildly out of the realm of normalcy. I was talking to you the other day about there's a gun called the Laugo Alien, which actually I don't know if they're still manufacturing it or if the company went out of business or not, but they're like a crazy weird like mechanically different pistol for like really high-end competition shooters, and those things are like $5,000.
Wow.
But then you compare that to like really high-end trap shooting shotguns, like over and under shotguns. Those things, bottom out about 10 grand.
You can't get one cheaper than that.
If you want like a really good one, because they go up, $20,000-$30,000. They're usually like handmade in Italy. They're these crazy expensive. But there are people who are like world champion trap shooters, and they're making money doing that. So yeah, they might as well buy the fucking Bugatti Veyron of shotguns. I trust those people to get the most out of their purchase.
Sure.
But it always does make me think, like, when something is that expensive and ultimately it is a firearm, there's a small controlled explosion happening in this.
Right.
Like shit's gonna wear out. And it's sort of the same thing of like when you have a really expensive sports car and you're driving it a lot.
Right.
Worrying about damaging it and whatnot. But then you get around to like, what's the point?
Yeah. It eventually, this is what I always say, it eventually becomes just the thing you drive.
Yeah. Like I think my thought processes on it is you should not buy something like that unless you are comfortable with the price tag that's going to come along with fixing it after actually using it.
Yeah, and or replacing it.
If you have just enough money to buy the thing, don't buy the thing.
No.
Because if something goes wrong, then you have no money left.
And then you don't have the thing.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how I think about sports cars and that sort of thing too.
Right.
It's don't buy the car you can just barely afford. Buy the car that is half as expensive as that.
Right.
And there you go. If that's even possible, because life is a nightmare. I'm thinking about that with houses too, where I'm like, don't buy the house that's, just barely within the realm of affordability.
Right.
Look at houses that are much more comfortably in that range. There is one now that just popped up on the market, because I'm always looking at houses these days. That's become like a new...
You'd like to get a house.
Yeah, I'd like one, and it's become a new sort of daydream activity of like, I'm bored. I don't want to look at Reddit, but I also don't want to work right now. Let's open up Zillow and look at the same 20 houses I've been looking at for the last month. But there are new ones that pop up, which is a good sign, I guess. Which it means that the market is actually moving around.
It's active, yeah.
Yep. Which is good, because housing in North Dakota is not quite as bad as it is in some parts of the country. Our inventory is not great,
right?
But as far as like prices and affordability and whatnot, it's not too bad. I mean, there was a story today about how we're in the top 10 for like affordability.
Like North Dakota is?
Yeah, North Dakota is, which is still just as a flat average across the country. Awful. It's bad, but
it's better than most other places.
It's better than most other places.
Yeah.
But there's a house for $120,000.
Really?
That
does it have indoor plumbing?
It does. It actually the ground it's just ground floor and basement. The ground floor actually looks quite nice. Like hardwood floors. It's not there's not holes in the walls. Stuff looks fairly new, recently, like reasonably updated.
Good part of town?
Not quite so. Not so much. It's just off of like Hiawatha.
Oh. Like slanted Hiawatha or flat Hiawatha?
I'm not quite sure.
Because slanted Hiawatha, there's going to be meth and gunfire, but
I think
flat Hiawatha, you're good.
Flat, I think, is what it looked like.
Good.
It wasn't like right on the corner. There was another house months ago that was like very close to the corner with Valley Street. And as I understand, that's kind of the not so great part of that neighborhood.
No, that is not a good
This part's a little further up the hill, I think. But the basement is not great. It's semi-finished, but it's only 2 bedrooms, and 2 bathrooms.
That's all you need.
Yeah, I don't need. I'd like 3. 3 would be nice. I could theoretically have a guest bedroom. Which
for who?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, who the fuck would I have a guest bedroom for?
Yeah.
Why would I have a guest bedroom? But what? Just every once in a while, I'll just sleep in there to change it up.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to you put this in there.
Yeah. I could do that with 2 bedrooms. I'm doing that with 2 bedrooms right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not bad, and I'm looking at it going like, what's the catch? Why is this $120,000? Is it just because the neighborhood's not super great? Like it looks all right, and I'm not like massively concerned with being in a bad neighborhood. Like,
I mean, there are no bad neighborhoods.
Yeah, ultimately it's Minot, North Dakota.
Yeah,
like you're not moving to Skid Row.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
So yeah, I'm not super like afraid of that sort of thing. Generally speaking, anyway, I might be disabused of that notion once I start getting serious about it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just always looking at houses and whatnot. But the thought in my head is always like, as cheap as is reasonable for a place that is not like I want to find a sweet spot of like a house that's not actively falling apart.
Sure.
But that, isn't, you start getting above $200,000 and I think I would basically be trapping myself in living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah. Like you said before.
Yeah. I would love to live in a place where my monthly expenses add up to roughly what I'm paying now in this apartment, which this is a nice apartment. But like all the things with the house and whatnot, it's like, yeah, you got to pay for repairs and whatnot, but I think it is possible to find a decent house for roughly the same amount a month.
Right.
Which means that I can still have savings and buy things on occasion if I want to.
Yeah.
I think it's possible, and I think I'm reasonably easy to please when it comes to I would like the house version of a Toyota Corolla. If I can have a house version of the car I'm driving right now.
How many miles are on the car?
Actually,
probably not very many because you don't
actually
really drive it.
My car, it's a 2010, and I think it only has I think I'm still less than 80,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like a lot of the miles that I have put on that car were when I was in college driving, to my parents' house on the weekends and stuff.
And still.
Yeah, and still, now I go back to my parents' house far less often.
Right.
When I was in college, for a while, it was like almost every weekend.
Doing laundry, getting fed.
Yeah. That was it. Like taking laundry home.
Yeah.
And getting, actual real food were the 2 big things. But yeah, it's I'm looking. It feels doable. It feels possible. And I kind of don't want to wait too long in the sense that like,
I mean, you're not a kid anymore.
Yeah. There are a lot of people of my generation that I think are really waiting to buy a house, waiting for the market to basically implode in some sense of like waiting for the housing market to basically crash and for, houses to get really cheap.
Right.
And for me, I'm like, I kind of don't want to wait for that. Because the moment that happens, it's going to be a fucking free-for-all.
Yeah.
It's going to be a nightmare. Houses will be up and they'll be, well, I guess I don't know if they'll be up and they'll be gone immediately because I don't quite know how that sort of market shit works, but I know that there's tons of people my age who are waiting for that moment, and that tells me that it'll be really chaotic when it happens, and I don't want to have to deal with that shit.
Yeah, just find something you can afford and go for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. It's the affording part that needs working on as far as just building up money for a down payment. Which
right.
That's who knows how long that's going to take. That's weird.
10% down, or what do you?
I guess I've been thinking less in terms of percent and more in terms of like, let's start with $20,000 and see,
sure.
If I can save up $20,000.
Mm-hmm.
What's $20,000 is 10% of what?
$200,000.
Yeah. So the goal right now is save up, like once I've saved up $20,000, then I'm going to start seriously looking.
Okay.
And see what's available for
You're
close to
probably
that.
Not far. I mean, you have these shoeboxes full of cash over here.
Yeah, I've been selling drugs. I've been selling hard drugs.
Why are there so many $1 bills in there? Is my question.
All the stripping I've been doing, and the prostitution. I'm a hot commodity.
The prostitution garnering you $1 bills.
I request. See, I make $200 a pop.
Sure,
but
it's in small bills.
I requested it specifically in small bills. But no, my goal is to save up $20,000, and if I find a house that's like, $20,000 is way more than 10% for a down payment.
Sure,
I'm fine with that because if that'll
lower your mortgage.
Yeah,
payments.
that'll lower my mortgage. I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something that I'm continuously looking at and working on.
Nice.
At this point in time, something to look forward to. Plans for the future. Future. When everything is covered in chrome. That's the future.
That's we know we've made it.
Yes.
And everything's covered in chrome.
Everything is chrome. SpongeBob. That whole thing was a SpongeBob reference.
Yes. SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Where the hell? There it is. Sorry, I was looking for the logo. I'm posting. I post every Wednesday about this.
Yes.
Yes.
I was trying to think if I've done anything else in particular this week. This has been going. I'm very close to finishing Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir.
Nice.
And I'm really enjoying it. I stayed up later than I wanted to last night because I just wanted to keep reading.
Right. Is it good?
Yeah, it's very good. I had some initial sort of misgivings about the dialogue, but I've just gotten used to it.
Nice.
I think it's very good. And there's the whole time in my head, I'm like, what's this going to look like in the movie? Because I know they're making a movie.
Right.
That's coming out this year. I'm like, what's that? How are they going to do that part? Because I think that's part of the I don't know. CGI is all over the place and whatnot. But
what was the previous thing he wrote?
The Martian.
The Martian. Right.
Which I had forgotten was directed by Ridley Scott. It does not feel like a very Ridley Scott movie.
No, there's a lot of positivity.
Yeah, it's it feels like the most Ridley Scott needed a job. Ridley needed to get paid to do something,
right?
So he could make some other thing that was going to be, something that was going to be controversial, a pet project of his that wasn't going to be critically well received.
Right.
He's such a hit or miss director.
He is.
He'll make the best fucking movie you've ever seen, and then his next movie will be ass.
Because he's bad, like you said, he made The Martian. But
yeah.
He also made it's something movie about some sort of aliens or something.
Well, like The Martian. The Martian is fine.
Yeah.
I like The Martian, but it's not a very like stylistically, it doesn't feel very Ridley Scott to me.
No,
but,
it doesn't.
There are movies that feel very him.
Mm-hmm.
That are like the movies that are very distinctly, this is a Ridley Scott movie. And it's got his fingerprints all over it. And he'll have movies like that are amazing, and movies like that are incredibly mid. Like Gladiator.
Right.
One of the best movies ever.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing movie. Alien.
I have a son named Maximus.
Yeah. Alien.
Yeah.
One of the best movies ever.
Yes.
Kingdom of Heaven. Maybe a little bit more controversial, but still amazing movie.
Right.
Blade Runner. Classic.
Yes.
Prometheus.
Not great.
Yeah. Gladiator 2.
Didn't see it yet.
I've felt no reason to see it.
Who's even in it? Is it?
Pedro Pascal is
Pascal?
in it. And is Denzel Washington in it? He might be in it. I don't know. Napoleon. I've heard that was hot dog water.
Really?
Partially because Napoleon, as played by Joaquin Phoenix, is, according to historians, could not be less like the historical Napoleon.
Really?
In the sense that he spends, like, for the time period, he's like spending the whole time he's being Joaquin Phoenix. So he's being, depressed and mumbling.
Sure.
Which everyone says Napoleon was like one of the most alive people ever.
He was very gregarious.
Yeah, he was incredibly active and extremely, like, he was full of life.
Right, he didn't get to his position by accident.
And an incredible desire to conquer the known world.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like you don't get to be that kind of a dynamic force in history while acting like Joaquin Phoenix does. He's kind of started doing the same thing in a lot of his movies lately.
Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, he's always mumbly. But like, I think of like Commodus in Gladiator.
Sure.
That's not what that performance is.
No.
But at some point he started getting so like all of his performances started getting really mumbly. I don't know when that happened.
Hope he doesn't have some sort of a condition like a.
I think he's just depressed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like Napoleon. I heard was not very good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm struggling to come up with like especially recent like Ridley Scott movies. I heard Alien Covenant was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of those things where he seems pretty hit or miss. When he hits, boy, does he hit.
Boy, oh boy.
When he misses, it's like, come on, man. We all know you can do better. What is this shit? I think part of it comes down to whether or not he has written the screenplay. I think his abilities when he is writing a screenplay, he needs a lot of collaboration, which is part of the magic of Gladiator. Because Gladiator had a screenplay. And then right before they started filming, they threw it in the fucking trash. And then they brought on a guy to quickly write a screenplay for them and a treatment. But it basically was like an outline. And then like everyone in the production, like Ridley Scott and Russell Crowe in particular, basically collaborated on making the story of the movie.
Right.
And like all of the actors were adding little bits. And it's crazy when you watch that finished product to think that like none of this had been decided on when the cameras started rolling. It's so cohesive. It's crazy how that happened. That's how Deadwood was filmed as well. Like they had a very tight script for the first couple of episodes, and then after that they went, fuck it, we'll just write it on the day. And it's an amazing show.
Right.
Like,
God, I need to go watch all of that.
I can't recommend it enough. It's a fantastic show.
Ridley Scott, did he also do Black Hawk Down? Was that?
No, that was Catherine Bigelow.
Oh, that was Catherine Bigelow. Oh,
No, sorry. I was thinking of Zero Dark 30.
Right.
And the reason I was thinking of Zero Dark 30 is because there is a helicopter that crashes in that movie.
This is
that's the only reason. Black Hawk Down was 1999. Yeah, that's a Ridley Scott movie.
Then The Last Duel.
The Last Duel. Yeah, I heard The Last Duel was. It's funny. a lot of people were talking about like Ridley Scott's relationship with historical accuracy is also all over the place because he loves doing period dramas. And sometimes, like I heard The Last Duel, like the armor especially and a number of the things was pretty on point. For like 1400s France. Like a lot of it was very, pretty decently accurate. But then he'll have another movie like Napoleon where a lot of people were like, this is... there's like trench warfare in Napoleon. It's like, this is not what Napoleonic War looked like. The war where people famously stood in giant blocks and faced each other and shot at each other with bullets. That war?
Why is there a Panzer?
Like people, people didn't start, like people have been digging ditches in war for an extremely long time.
Sure.
Since ancient times. That's fine. But like, there was some trenches and ditches dug in like the Revolutionary War.
Sure.
But like as far as being commonly used just on a battlefield, normally if people were digging ditches, it was a siege. And you were camped outside of a fucking castle.
Right.
And you needed a place to duck while people shot at you with arrows and shit.
Right.
Or later with guns. Like sieges as like out from battlements and whatnot, where both sides are in, or battles where both sides are entrenched, wasn't really a thing until like the Civil War. Like later in the Civil War, you started seeing when the South started like digging in outside of like Charleston and stuff. Not Charleston. I don't know. I'm getting my cities mixed up.
Right.
But anyway, maybe I'm thinking of Petersburg. I don't know. Anyway, trenches started popping up late in the Civil War.
Sure.
In like 1860.
Right. 1861.
1864.
Yeah.
Is like the last year of the war. You started seeing trenches pop up, just as outside of the siege context.
Well, they didn't pop up; they went down.
Good point. Touche.
If we're being accurate here.
Yeah. Speaking of going down, let's bring the mood down.
Actually, no. This didn't make me sad at all.
Yeah. No. Well, okay. I feel like if you look at the lyrics,
right,
that'll bring the mood down. But just as far as the vibe of the music goes, that's not really how Ghost Bath does it, and that's kind of always been the case. Their instrumentals have always been a little bit more upbeat, kind of. The adjective glossy is coming to my mind a lot. It's it's the black gaze thing of bringing in like kind of sort of sparklier sounds from post rock and shoegaze, and infusing them with some of the mood of black metal and the tremolo picking and all that,
and
the vocals, sort of bringing those two worlds together in a way. I think this album does lean more in the direction of I'd call it post black metal is what I would call it, rather than like straight up black gaze. There are definitely moments that feel more like a Death Heaven or more like Moule or something like that. Moule, which they have a new album coming out pretty soon.
Nice.
But most of this feels a little more classically black metal, but in a developed form.
Right. And by the way, I did see somebody online write a review that compared this to some extent to Sunbather.
Well, I mean, that's something that I think Ghost Bath will never escape from.
Yeah.
And I think this album, out of their entire discography, could not sound less like Sunbather.
Yeah.
This is the least Death Heaven-y they've ever sounded. Outside of like the vocals, which I can't remember if I think this was before we were recording, but a little earlier in their discography, their first trio of albums, I think, they tended to, with the vocals, use this like high pitched sort of wail, this cry that I did not care for.
Yeah.
At least on the albums. Tried
Live.
to listen to the album live.
Yeah.
They were amazing. they're incredible to see live. But like the on the album, it rubbed me the wrong way. And it didn't feel for me. But then a couple years ago when they released Self-Loather, we talked about that. And like this album is like that in the sense that most of the vocals are more traditional extreme metal vocals.
Right. There's even some death metal vocals on here.
Yeah, there's definitely some death growls, some more guttural growls in there. Plenty of more mid-pitched screams, and some more higher-pitched kind of shrieky black metal vocals on there at times as well. And the cries do pop up on occasion, but since they aren't constant, it's more if they feel more effective,
like an accent.
Yeah, yes, it's less overwhelming. And less annoying, I guess. It had when they were all the time to me, I was annoyed by it. I was like, I don't care for this. But popping up here and there, it adds to the mood. It adds to the atmosphere. And the lyrics for this band have always been quite depressive and definitely dealing with self-harm and suicide. That's just always always been what their lyrics have been. It's generally, if you're not looking at the lyrics, it's not super easy to. They're not particularly legible through the vocals.
It's black metal.
Yeah, it's the lyrics are not particularly legible through the vocals, but I think this is their best album. Yeah, it's the best that I had listened to. I feel a lot of critics seem to have been saying the same thing, of the feeling that this is their most cohesive album. As well.
I feel like it's weird that we don't know them.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen these guys, because in case you don't know, because I don't think we mentioned it yet this episode. Live here now. I'm not sure. Yeah. I don't know if any of them still live in town. They're from here. Right. Ghostbath is from Minot, North Dakota.
Not China.
Yeah, not China. Earlier in their career, when they were basically just sort of releasing their stuff on the internet, and had not really intended to be a touring act or anything like that. They had marketed themselves as coming from China. And for me, like, some people have thought that it was like that was specifically like a marketing thing to get attention, and people being like, oh, these guys, black metal from China? Whoa, crazy. And maybe it was a little bit of that, but part of me is also like, I think maybe they were just kind of younger guys or teenagers that were just like, we don't want to put our faces or names on this music. Where are we going to say we're from? China. Why not? Like when people, put an obviously like fake location on like their Instagram page or something like that.
I have that on online as well. I live somewhere in northern Siberia.
Yeah, like it's always felt to me like maybe it was more like that. Yeah. But eventually the cat was out of the bag when they released their first album, Moon Lover, and it became this sort of low-level controversy. Like, these guys are from they're not only American, they're from North Dakota. But I feel like we should have more black metal bands in this band, more bands in this band.
Yeah, they don't have enough bands in this band.
In this state.
Yeah.
Because look at it.
Yeah.
It's miserable. The grass here is in misery. What would Werner Herzog say if he was walking around in the winter in North Dakota?
I can't tell if he would be just miserable or if you would actually like it, because
there's just nothing around. He's like,
it's dark and depressing.
I am not being assaulted by the sounds of screaming birds. The tree. For a guy who has spent as much time as he has out in nature, he does not seem to like it.
No, yeah.
I don't. His views on nature perplex me.
Yeah, for a guy who made a movie about hauling a ship over a mountain.
A movie hauling, after he had already made a movie set in that very same jungle. Yeah. That was also miserable, right. And he cast the same fucking nightmarish guy in it. Now, granted, his intention was not to cast Klaus Kinski in Fitzcarraldo. The original actor got sick, I think, and needed to pull out. Mick Jagger was also supposed to be in the movie.
Really?
There's, I think, photos of him on set and some, like at least a few scenes that were filmed with him.
I was beginning to think that Klaus was angry with me.
Yeah, he hired known sociopath and raging maniac Klaus Kinski once again.
Yeah.
Despite the numerous times that they had made films together and it was a hell for everyone involved.
Yeah.
Anyway, Werner Herzog is the most interesting man in the world, and I will die on that hill. He's fascinating.
Yeah.
But definitely. I feel like North Dakota's environment is ripe for more depressing music.
See, the problem is that we just don't have enough people.
Yeah.
If we had a higher population living here,
there would be more
you betcha.
Depressing metal bands. Yeah, I think that would be the case. I mean, there's at least one Panopticon song called North Dakota, but that's from one of his bluegrass albums.
Right.
Which there's a new one of those, by the way, that came out a few months ago. When it came out, I was like, "Ooh, fodder for Black Metal January," but it's a bluegrass album rather than one of his.
I thought you recorded him just under his name when it was a blue, or does it?
No, it's always Panopticon.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I think the environment is just it's good for that. And I don't know if these guys still live here or not. There's a publicity photo I saw for the album that I am almost certain was shot in front of one of the churches downtown.
Really?
That I'm almost I was looking at the brickwork and I was like, that looks like the big ass Lutheran church on Broadway.
Really?
The one that's closer to the university.
Right.
That big, huge.
The one where the scouts meet.
Yeah. I was looking at it, I was like, that looks like the church on Broadway, but I wasn't sure.
You'll have to show me the photo because I've been in
I'll
that
have to pull it up.
Yeah.
If you drive through Minot, North Dakota, north to south, you drive past the church. It's a beautiful church.
Yeah.
I've been in there when I was it was a youth group thing when I was in junior high.
I saw singing in there. Some awesome singing.
Awesome singing?
Some awesome singing.
I want to sing ya about the moon and the June and the spring. Why not?
Yeah.
Does this album slap?
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I think it definitely does slap. I found 4 reviews that had numbers on them. Score averaged out to 77.5,
which that's
pretty good.
That's a damn
pretty
good
solid. What's your favorite song?
I thought about it. I think Pistol and Stamen might be my song.
I put Dandelion Tea down.
Sure.
I think that's the heaviest song on the album.
Yeah.
Some really focused kind of black metal riffage on there that I really appreciated. I also really like the last song, Throat Cancer, and Well, I Tried Drowning is also
I tried drowning.
I think well in that sense is supposed to be like a well full of water, but it does read kind of like, well, I tried drowning and it didn't work. Which maybe that's how it's supposed to be understood. I don't
Possibly.
know. Or maybe it's meant to be both. Who knows?
I love the beautiful melodies on this.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is, despite like the depressing lyrical content, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And supposedly the frontman for the band, Dennis Mikula, I'm not quite sure how his last name is supposed to be pronounced. But as I understand, he wrote and recorded this on his own.
Like without the rest of the band, or
I think so. I don't know exactly what their songwriting process looks like. I just was reading one article that suggested that is what happened, or said, or he said that that's what he did. He's just sort of, sat down, was isolated himself, and wrote and recorded this thing in his home.
If he's still here, maybe we could track him down and get him in for a visit.
Possibly. I don't know. I feel like we're so unserious.
Yeah, I know. We are very unserious. But I mean, not entirely.
Not entirely, but I don't know. We don't have. I was going to say we don't have enough microphones. Technically, we do.
Right.
It's just that one of them is hooked up to a whole different system.
Right.
But I'm not sure. But the band at least consists of Dennis Mikula. I'm not entirely sure. Josh J, Tim Church, and John Olivier. It's America. You never know.
Yeah. Any French names in this area tend to be pronounced phonetically.
Yeah. you never know with French names in America.
Yeah.
But
this is where the Berciers live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the credits for the album, it also doesn't say who plays what. Yeah. Which maybe if I had a physical copy, that would be different. But it just, they were credited for performance. It was not saying who plays what. If I remember live, I think Dennis plays guitar as well as does vocals. But I would not be able to place a face to a name and an instrument otherwise.
So it's probably just him, and the others are there for interpretive dance.
I don't know. I guess I didn't look super hard because normally that information is just available. Like, this person plays drums. This person. I'm sure I could find that information if I looked hard enough. But it's just weird that wasn't how people were credited, because that's like every other album I've ever seen.
Right.
It's like, this band member played this instrument and did this, and their credits include that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, but looking at the faces of the band members, I'm like, have I seen that guy? Have I seen that guy around town?
Have I been behind that guy in Cashwise?
Yeah,
yeah.
Have I run into that dude? I don't know. I feel like I'm good with faces. I'm bad with names. I'll see someone I recognize, and I'll be like, half the reason why I don't say hi to people I recognize in public is I probably don't remember their fucking name.
You know what I love is I usually remember birthdays more than I remember names.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It is.
Why birthdays rather than names, do you think?
I don't know. I guess because, I don't know, names aren't all that interesting.
But birthdays are fascinating.
Exactly, because you know what happened that day? You came out of your mom's vagina.
Fascinating. Well, what on that note, what metal? See, this is how unserious we are.
Yeah, exactly.
What medal do you bestow upon this album, like Maz Kanata to Chewbacca?
It's right on the line. I want to say high silver, I think.
I think I agree.
Yeah.
I do want to listen to it again.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely a lot of moments. It's also a short listen. Right. It's only 35 minutes long, which it's definitely, it's digestible, and it's not. There was nothing like. I always go into Ghost Bath albums with a little bit of trepidation because I have that first impression,
right?
Still, and I'm always expecting there to be something that bugs me, something that bothers me.
But it feels like they're making improvements on every release.
Yeah, I feel like every album is better than the last, and I feel like they're really kind of gaining more than a niche reputation, which I think is what they've kind of had up until like Self-Loather. I think they were sort of a love 'em or hate 'em type of band, and had kind of they couldn't get past the reputation from Moon Lover of the like, this is a Deaf Heaven ripoff, and you guys aren't even from China. Right. I think they have been able to move on from that.
Yeah.
At this point, it still gets brought up in like every other article about them, but I think the music has started to really stand on its own, and I'm excited to see them, continue to be succcuseful.
Yeah. What are they going to do next? I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. For now, I'd say a high silver. What do you want to talk about next week?
Oh, have we ever talked about Stormkeep?
By whom?
No, the band Stormkeep.
No.
Okay, cool. They put out an album in 2021 I'd like to talk about called Tales of Other Time.
Tales of Other Time.
Yes.
All right. Well, next week then, Stormkeep.
Yes.
Until then, why don't you go ahead and follow us on whatever podcast service you're using to listen to us, or subscribe to our feed, or whatever they call the button that you use to get more. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Bronze Medalist Podcast. I'm Ken.
I'm OJ.
Congratulations.